side. There goes Davis. Oh, my God. Davis is going to run it all the way back. Auburn's going to win the football game. Auburn's going to win the football game. He ran the missed field goal back. He ran it back 109 yards. They're not going to keep him off the field tonight. Holy cow. Oh, my God. Auburn wins. Auburn has won the Iron Bowl. Auburn has won the Iron Bowl in the most unbelievable fashion you will ever see.
Welcome into a brand new edition of the Dream Wage, episode 403. Today is Wednesday, May 29th, 2024. And Elvis, the T-Wolves forced a game. Oh, no, almost. Three minutes left. But
it's a minute left. Mavs are down 5. They have possession. Washington just shoots a 3. He misses. Kyrie gets the rebound. I'm calling this play-by-play. Goes up with his left hand. Mavericks down 3 with a minute and 2 seconds left.
All right, we'll talk about that in just a second. But we got a sweep on the East. Boston take care of Indiana Pacers 105-102. You know, I won't sit here and lie to you, Elvis. I'm kind of so happy, and I'm so happy they got swept. The Knick fan in me, it's laughable too. A lot of the Indiana Pacers fan, we were very close to winning 3 games. Yeah, we know we were close to winning games too. It happens, the breaks. But Boston, big series winning. Now they get a rest.
Yeah, am I happy they got swept? Absolutely not. I understand why you are. I'd rather see both series at least go 5-6 games. Just a fan of me. But we know as soon as Tyrese Halliburton was ruled out for games 2 and games 3 and 4, the series has shifted. But to be honest, I know you laughed at saying they could have won 3 games. The Pacers could have won 3 games in this series. Still, let's just be honest. The game 1. I'm gonna say they lost. They lost the game. Celtics didn't win that game. They lost the game. Game 2, Boston, you got it. Games 3, Pacers was right there. Game 4, Pacers was right there. To be honest, I'm surprised how well the Pacers actually played without Tyrese Halliburton. I understand they're at home. The role players actually step up at home, but I didn't expect them to play this well. Go wire to wire games 3 and 4. Nembhard had a huge game 3, and then for game 4, Jason Tatum, Jaylen Brown, Derek White with the clutch 3. At the end of the day, it was destined for Boston to make it to the finals, especially to represent the Eastern Conference. So, give credits to them. I know Mazzulla, the head coach, wasn't your favorite, but I think you came around a little bit.
A little bit. We'll see.
A little bit. And congrats on Jaylen Brown winning the...
You thought he deserved it? I thought they could have gave it to Tatum. I thought even Derek White had an argument.
Yeah, but realistically, I think it was Jaylen Brown, because let's not forget, people, like, his game 2, when he gave you that 40-point when Tatum kind of had an off night, that was huge. Yeah. To me, so that was the biggest performance of the series. I understand Tatum, I think he gave 30-something game 3, gave you, 26 game 4, but Brown was right there, 29 in game 4, 50% from the three-point line. He shot 4 from 8 from the 3, where Tatum shot 3 from 11. So maybe, to me, they could have both easily won it, but to me, Brown deserved this one just a little more. Like another huge rebounding game from Jason Tatum, 13 rebounds, 8 assists as well. So it just shows you how good of a player Tatum is now, and the fact that Porzingis is coming. Well, not official, but is leaning towards Porzingis will be ready for game 1 of the NBA Finals. To me, that even adds another bonus to this team moving forward. So if it's going to be the Timberwolves, if it's going to be the Mavericks, to me, it doesn't really matter. The Boston team is not much better, but they are a better team with Porzingis on the floor starting and Al Horford coming off the bench fresh.
100%, and I think especially because sometimes they both go a little cold, whether it's Jason Tatum or Jaylen Brown. You need that third person, and I don't think they could, as much as Jrue Holiday and Derek White are good players, Porzingis is a better scorer. So giving that third option, I think they'll be favorite in the finals regardless of who they meet on the West. Especially if Porzingis is healthy, which I do expect him to be. They have a week off, essentially. June 6th, next Thursday, is the first game, no matter what happens. So, were you surprised how good Andrew Nembhard said? Wouldn't go as far as Mike Breen saying, he's a potential superstar, but without Halliburton, the kid could definitely show his true colors. I thought he had a very good 2 game stretch without Halliburton in.
To be honest, definitely could potential all star. I don't know about a superstar. That's only few players in the league, but could definitely be something special. Though we saw it. The fact that he's able to do that in a game 3 and game 4 of a Eastern Conference Finals that young as well, it shows you the potential what he actually is capable of doing. So, absolutely, I wouldn't go as far as say he's a superstar, but definitely be an all star, definitely be a top 30, 25 player in the league, possibly. Yeah.
Yeah. I think it was a very good performance from Andrew Nimhart. But, Pascal Siakam didn't have the best game. Miles Turner, I felt like the whole series really didn't show up. Shepard, you saw him get inserted into the lineup those 2 games. And you could tell. I feel like, yes, they had a very good run, I guess, to the Eastern Conference Final. But it felt like, to me, correct me if I'm wrong, it felt me like the moment got a little too big for the Indiana Pacers. I think they're a player or 2 away. We'll see if they re-sign Pascal Siakam, but I like Obi Toppin. I thought he had a really good series. TJ McConnell, I thought, the grit and determination for TJ McConnell, he's gonna get paid. But what do you think they have to do moving forward, the Pacers? And do you think the inexperience played a factor here?
I would have said the inexperience played a factor just because I didn't expect these, especially the finals 2 games, 3 and 4, to be as close as they were. To be honest, without Tyrese Halliburton, arguably their best player, and each game came down to the wire. So give the Pacers credit. And to me, though, they need a defensive stopper. They need somebody that's one that could slow down the pace of the game at times, and then somebody who's gonna just shore up the defensive side of the ball. Is it a big man? Is it a power forward, small forward? But somebody on the defensive side of the ball who could get you a stop, or at least slow down somebody's best offensive weapon on the opposite side. Just because the Pacers score the most points in the league or the
Yeah.
second most points in the league, they're one of the worst defenses in the league. So
Yeah.
to me, that's just a recipe for disaster. I understand you could go up and down the court, but if you can't stop nobody, what that's gonna lead to. So to me, they just need a one. I want to say a rim stopper. I would just see a great on-ball defender, somebody that could slow the pace down, that could stop the ball in transition. So somebody like that, and possibly another big man down low just to help with Miles Turner. Just because he's not as a defensive presence, in my opinion. So to me, you just improve on the defensive side of the ball, and you let these young guys develop, like the Nimhards, the Neesmith, Tyrese Halliburton, because I think Nimhard, he showed you he's an all-star caliber player. We know what Tyrese Halliburton is capable of doing. Pascal Siakam definitely need to extend him because he's been there and done that. He could give you 20 plus points a night, especially come playoff games. We saw it again in this series. So to me, you got to keep this core together and just try to build and add defensively. Because
Gun to your head.
offensively, well,
Yeah, go ahead. No, go ahead.
no, because offensively, to me, you're fine. You just need to show up the defensive side of the ball. Think about it. This team, the way it's constructed, made it to the Eastern Conference Finals. I understand they got swept by the Celtics, but
Mhm.
you know the point spread in the whole series was probably under 15 points. So I just feel like get them a nice defensive player or 2. They'll be right. Maybe not back in the Eastern Conference Finals next year, but they'll make some noise.
Yeah, no, the reason I was going to ask is because I think you're right. If they are able to get Pascal Siakam back, if they wind up losing on him, I don't think they're just a player away then. I
Oh
think,
yeah, absolutely.
they're a few players away. So we'll see. The future is bright. TJ McConnell's also a free agent as well. The over 5.5 games did not hit for us, kid. They did not be able to win a game. Series spread. Lakers only lost 2 games on the road to the final. So they're going to be favorite. And they just went final. The Minnesota Timberwolves, they don't get swept. Might be a gentleman's sweep, but they take care of business on the road in game 4, 105-100. Led by, obviously, Anthony Edwards, 29 points, 10 rebounds, 9 assists. And it's surprising because most of them were in foul trouble the whole night. Gobert, Karl Anthony Towns, even Ant-Man was in foul trouble early on. So they were still able to do it. My question to you off the bat is, and then you could comment on the game, why does Karl Anthony Towns always fall on the floor when he has the ball in his hand?
Me personally, I just feel like he be trying to just draw up fouls because he gets a lot of ticky tack fouls. So he To me, he falls just because he gets a lot of ticky tack fouls. Maybe he'll get some called on his end. So that's the only thing I could put to it. Or
Yeah.
he just a little bow legged or something.
Yeah, no, it's just funny, and we want our Dominican brothers to put out strong. You see what Al Horford's doing on the other end, like,
Hey, maybe he
come
should
on, man.
go to camp with Al Horford this summer.
Yeah, but what'd you think of the game? They forced game 5, going back home now. Hopefully they force momentum, Anthony Edwards. I love the confidence, but down 0-3 prior to the game, he goes, I still can't feel like they can't beat us. They just beat you 3 times in a row.
But each game was close. But
Yeah, that's
overall,
fair.
to be honest, I love the intensity that Timberwolves came out with. First quarter, they were just pressing the ball. Especially the first like 5 minutes of the game, pressing the ball. They held the Mavericks to 18, 20 points in the first quarter. To me, that was impressive. The fact that he was able to slow them down in a game 4 when we expected them to go for the throw early to take them out, and they simply couldn't. So you gotta give Anthony Edwards, Rudy, and all those guys credit. Like you said, though, they were in foul trouble. To me, that's the most impressive part. The fact that Karl Anthony Towns sat the last 4 or 5 minutes of the third quarter, come out, kill you in the fourth quarter off the 3-point line. Rudy Gobert, he also had 5 fouls as well in the third quarter. He was able to play pretty clean, do some damage, 10 rebounds, 10 assists. But what Karl Anthony Towns was able to do in the fourth quarter, though, I think he hit all his threes in the fourth quarter. He
Yeah,
was
all
4
of
for
them.
5, 4 for 5 from the 3-point line, 9 for 13 from the field in just 30 minutes. That's when the boy was in foul trouble if he was able to do that in 30 minutes. So give Karl Anthony Towns credit for just the masterclass performance he was able to give you on the road in a game 4 in a closeout game. So give credit to Karl Anthony Towns, Anthony Edwards. Tremendous game, especially on the defensive side of the ball. And so I know a lot of people won't talk about it as much, but he had a stellar game defensively. He gave you 29, 10, and 9. We saw him be a little tired down the stretch, but he was able to close the deal finally for the first time in this series. So give credit to him. To me, the bench was a little lackluster. Got 6 points apiece from Alexander and Naz Reid. Kyle Anderson played huge minutes. 4 rebounds.
Getting a little chippy there,
Yeah, a
kid.
little chippy. To me, he's more of a defensive presence still because he's not really going to give you much offensively. He gave you a little more at home in games 1 and 2. But, to me, he's more defensive presence, especially tonight. So great win. I did have Minnesota win this game. I did not think they were going to get swept.
I was gonna ask you what you if you had action on the game. What'd you take?
I took Minnesota, I think, plus 110 or plus 115.
Oh, okay, you took them straight up on the money line. I appreciate that. And odds just dropped for game 5 in Minnesota. Can you guess what the line is without looking?
Minnesota minus 2.5.
Minnesota minus 4.
Wow.
It just and
give me plus 4 right now.
And no, you might wait. It just went to 4.5.
Oh my God! Wait.
Plus 4.5.
If it gets to 5,
that's what I'm saying. We got some time. Also, can we get the early start times like 7:38? Like, there's only one game.
We'll get 8 just because Dallas is Central Time. I think Minnesota is still. I think Minnesota is Western Time or Central. Honestly, I'm not sure. I think it's both Central.
What, Minnesota?
Minnesota Central or Eastern Time?
No, Minnesota Central. When I went there,
it's
I think it was Central.
Yeah, so it's 7:30 start for them, and then there's a 5:30 start in the West Coast. We can't be selfish though.
I know. I can't have it all.
We get a 6:30 Super Bowl start. We can't have it all.
I know. But yeah, I thought the main thing for the Mavericks, they didn't shoot well from beyond the arc. Kyrie especially 1 for 6 from 3. Luka 4 for 11. They were just chucking it. I feel you. Even PJ 2 for 9 as well. He didn't have a good game. Derrick Jones Jr. had a few dunks, but outside of that, Hardy, what a game. Do you think they were really missing
Yes.
Lively? Yeah, right.
Yeah, that's another thing. I was gonna switch to the Mavericks still. He just, I understand he's not gonna give you 20 plus, 15 plus, whatever, but the defensive presence he brings along. I understand Gafford, I think he had 3 or 4 blocks tonight, but Lively, he's gonna give you at least 8 to 10 rebounds. He's gonna give you those 8 to 12 points. He's gonna give you those 50-50 balls. So he's just gonna fight. He's gonna make things a little difficult. He might not block the shot, but he's gonna redirect it. He's gonna make you shoot a bad shot. So I just feel like Gafford playing 31 minutes. You have Powell coming in. even game 3 and 4, he didn't look good. Cleaver, my boy Maxi Cleaver came back from injury.
Facts.
He still looks a little slow. Not game 4 ready.
He was getting downhill though a few drives.
He's just not game 4. Regular season game,
I know.
he's ready. The game 4 in the Western Conference Finals, just not there yet. So I like the fact that Cleveland was able to come back. If Derek Lively's able to come in for game 5, it might be a close deal for game 5. As of right now, we'll see how things go, but if Derek Lively's able to return, I think it's going to be a big difference just because one, Powell will be on the game way less, and him and Kleba and Gafford will mostly rotate. And I could live with that.
Another serious question, maybe dumb question, but is Tim Hardaway Jr. ever going to play again, or he's just like a veteran coach on the team, right?
No. We saw him play games 1 and 2. Was not good. Was not in rhythm. At the end of the day, we know what he's capable of doing, but coming back from that injury against the best defense in the NBA, I think it's just a little tough task for him right now. That's all I'm gonna say.
And I think the moment a little too big for him, but yeah, not all right. They got regroup, go back on the road, and this is an opportunity for Minnesota to go back home. They got the crowd involved, and I think this is a bad game from Naz Reid. He actually didn't have a good game. Anybody from the bench, Kyle Anderson, like you said, he's more defensively anyway. Alexander as well. So I think they'll get more from the bench. I think Mike Conley will be a little better, but outside of that, I think Minnesota will be fine. And like I said, this is their opportunity to get on the right track. Let's go we got some NFL news. OTAs, like they're going on. No Jamar Chase or T. Higgins to start for. They're looking for new deals. Who do you think we'll see first, and do you think we'll see new deals?
Jamar Chase has to get done first. No disrespect to T. Higgins, but you're gonna start with a base. You got to take care of the big dog first, So you got to see what else you got left for T. Higgins. To be honest, do I possibly see them both getting signed to the Bengals? I would love to see it. Do I think it's possible? I'm not sure. It all depends if Jamar Chase is, he takes a little bit of a discount. Let's just say Jamar Chase doesn't set the record. Let's just say he just takes $32.5 million a year. That could free up some money to sign T. Higgins on more of a friendlier deal. T. Higgins is gonna have to take a little bit of a discount as well. Not a major discount, but all I'm saying is if Jamar Chase is trying to set the all-time record, I'll just see a way both of the deals get done.
No, I agree. I think it's one or the other. And maybe this is a benchmark of we'll see of maybe obviously more, but Texans Nico Collins gets a 3-year extension, $72.75 million extension, $52 million guaranteed. Well deserved. I would argue he's probably their second best receiver. He probably was their best when Tank Dell went down. Definitely deserved it. I think the chemistry he has with CJ Stroud was phenomenal. I think he's well deserved it. T. Higgins is kind of like that, or maybe a little more. Would you say that?
I say he's around there, maybe, but that's the thing. He might be looking for a longer term deal, a 4 to 5 year deal. That might be it. Maybe he's not the fully guaranteed. Maybe he's not that. Maybe he'd rather get a 4 or 5 year long term deal to get that security instead of a 2 or 3 year deal. But I like that deal for the Texans just because we saw what CJ Stroud is going to become. Well, who he is. You know what I'm saying? Who he is. You got to keep any weapons there for as long as possible. So the fact that he was able to get Nico Collins and hopefully they're able to get Tank Dell in, because remember they came in together, they're both rookies. So I understand you got Tank Dell on that rookie deal, but don't make them wait too long either, people, because you want to keep them satisfied. You want to keep that connection going, ride it out 5-8 years, who knows? And then you got Stephon Diggs. He's a great piece for, I say, a 2-year window. I know right now he's under contract for 1 year. I think they might extend him, but we'll see how that goes. As of right now, it's just a 1-year rental, and I think that's great for the Texans. So right now, you could argue they have one of the best wide receiver group. You also got my boy Dalton Schultz at the tight end position.
You like him?
That's why I said my boy. I didn't just say Dalton Schultz. I said my boy Dalton Schultz. So to me, if CJ Stroud, which I doubt, if he improves this following season, still, how could he follow that rookie year up?
He's a top
better?
10 quarterback
No, but
already.
that's what I'm saying. He's already a top 10 quarterback. If he goes up to a top 5 or top 6
Oh, it's over.
with
Yeah.
this wide receiving core,
And now he has a running game.
with Joe Mixon in the backfield,
Yeah.
still, I'm telling you right now, if CJ Stroud is just 10% better of what he was last season, Texas might be representing the AFC conference.
Yeah, I think it was well deserved. And this is the time you build around a rookie quarterback on a rookie deal. This is the time to strike. That's why
Notice why they gave him a 3-year deal
Yep.
extension, because that's when you got to pay CJ.
Exactly. And then you'll decide at that point if we want to move on from him. Same thing with Joe Mixon. They're smart. And that's why I said they're the real team in Texas, because they're actually saying it and going about and doing it. Mm-hmm. Jerry's not doing that. Look, CeeDee Lamb, Dak Prescott, and you got Micah Parsons next year. They're going to tag him. I mean, you can't let Micah Parsons out of that building. You just can't. And my thing is, you're good at drafting players and developing them. So, like, I don't know why the deals aren't getting done with Dallas, but we could spend a whole episode on that. But my question to you now is, this Drake May jersey, is it coming in the mail? When can I expect to see it behind you or in front of you? It has to be before week 1. No, it has to be. That's the quarterback of the future. And look at the contract he just got. 4 years, $36 million, 23.46 signing bonus, fully guaranteed.
Come on, now you know we gotta take care of him. I might have to
get the jersey.
You have to. After week 2 of the preseason, I might place the order. I gotta see I gotta see what I see.
Okay, because when we go to week 3 on Thursday Night Football, you gotta wear it.
Week 2.
No, it's week 3, bro.
Oh, it's week 3.
Yeah, wow. Week 3. We're on the road first 2 weeks. It fucking sucks, but
good.
Yeah, week 3 we're back home, but what do you think of the deal? You think he deserves that? A little too much? I think it's just right.
I think it's just right. At the end of the day, first rounders get what they first. I think they all kind of get, set in stone. And I like the fact, once again, another fully guaranteed contract. Hopefully we start seeing more and more of those moving on. I understand it's just a 4-year, $36 million deal, but hopefully that becomes the norm for all NFL contracts.
Yeah, I hope so. We saw Marvin Harrison Jr. become fully guaranteed as well. And all the tea leaves I've been reading on Drake May, great locker room guy, great leader as well. Like taking the boys out to bonding sessions, like he's trying to learn their names. I'm like, okay, this is what you want to see. So we'll see if he the talent meets the field, but I'm excited for you. I can't wait to see that jersey. You're gonna get a white one, you're gonna get a red one. What are we thinking here?
A blue one for sure. I want a blue one or a white, but we'll see. Probably blue.
All right. I'm thinking I'm gonna get a sauce one. I'm gonna get an all black sauce one. I have a green Garrett Wilson one. Now I gotta get
sauce might be a lifer, so that'll be a great cop.
Yeah, and it honestly seems like I follow him on X or Twitter, whatever you call it, and he really loves New Jersey. Like, yo, I'm holding a football camp. Y'all just pull up. I'm like, yo, this is the guy, man.
Yeah, that's what's up.
Yeah, no, he's a good guy. Seems like it. But okay, let's get to an ad. Before we get to our plays, we are brought to you each and every episode by Viva Tequila Seltzer, the most refreshing hard seltzer on the market, hands down. There's no wonder why Viva was voted #1 hard seltzer in the world by San Francisco World Spirit Competition. With only 88 calories, 0 carbs, 0 sugar, and a light 4.5 ABV, Viva is the perfect drink for your post-game celebration, as it was created with that active lifestyle in mind. We flavor tequila seltzer because flavor is the spice of life, and we like our drinks with just a kick, just like how we like our lives. Whether it's Huckleberry playing around a golf with the boys or an elderberry on a Saturday morning workout, it doesn't matter. Our favorites pair perfectly with that Artisanal Blanco tequila for that subtle and refreshing drink. I believe here at the Dream Wager and at Viva is to live long, live well, and live it up. All right, kid, let's get to it. There is a game 5. Dallas is on the road now to Minnesota. Like I said, it came back down now. About 20 minutes ago, it was opened up at 4, went to 4.5 for about 5-10 minutes. Now it's back down to 4. Minnesota laying 4 at home, -176 on the money line, +148 for the Mavericks. Over under is at 208.5. Game went really under today, Started out very slow, kind of reminded me of like the old 80s basketball. But you taking the points again here with Minnesota?
It to be a close game once again. To be honest, I wouldn't be shocked if Minnesota force a game six. But give me Dallas Mavericks +4. The fact that the Dallas Mavericks was able to shoot so poorly, especially Luka and Kyrie combined. Like you said, Kyrie 1 for 6 on the 3-point line. Luka shot poorly as well, and he was only losing this game by 5. I understand Karl Anthony Towns gave you what 20 second half points. I think 14, 16 in the fourth alone. Anthony Edwards basically almost gave you a triple double, 29, 10, and 9. And you was only able to beat the Dallas Mavericks by 5 points. I expect Derek Lively, if he's in the lineup, I expect him to be a little bit. I expect him to be a little more impactful and make some noise in the game. I expect Kyrie Irving not to go 1 for 6 on the 3-point line. I expect Luka Doncic to be a little better from the field. Just shoot a little higher percentage. And then I don't expect Karl Anthony Towns to give you 20 second half points. And, and then just overall,
Real quick. I want to ask you because he is having one of his worst stretches of his not just playoff run, just his career in general. I mean, up until the last fourth quarter of Game 4, he been really poor from the 3-point line, and he has taken it hard. And this is literally the worst time to go through one of those stretches. Do you see him actually getting better? Like this is a good sign moving forward, right?
Yeah, just because he was able to do it on the road, and the fact that he was in foul trouble all game, like I said, only playing 30 minutes. The fact that he was able to sit on the bench for over 5+6+ minutes, come in when your team absolutely needed you and drop those buckets. Remember, he came in the game. I think they were down 4 or 5 points. He got in the game, took the lead, and extended it. So that's why I said earlier, hats off to Karl Anthony Towns because he simply took the game over it, though, especially in the fourth quarter. So you could carry that momentum moving on to the next game, especially if you're going back at home.
Yeah.
So would I be shocked if Karl Anthony Towns gives me another, 25-point game? Absolutely not. Would I be shocked if he gives me another 20-point second half, especially 15 plus in the fourth? Absolutely. So I expect the Dallas Mavericks just to be a little more efficient from the night. Like I said, Kyrie, he socked shit for 6 for 18 from the field. Luka 7 for 21. We haven't seen Luka shoot this poorly since what game 3 or 4 of the
Yeah.
OKC series. So I expect him to be a little better from the field. So I understand we won't not nobody really going to talk about another stellar triple double by Luka Doncic, but it came in a loss. Couldn't get the close out. I understand Chuck is probably a little pissed off he couldn't go on vacation, but guess what, Chuck? We get game 5 and we might get a game 6. Give me the Dallas Mavericks +4.
Was this Kyrie's first loss in the closeout, kid? Because I
Mm-hmm.
thought he was like 14-0 coming in.
Not no more. So that's that out the window. But shout out
Wow.
Kyrie Irving. He had a couple good looks, especially in the fourth quarter. He had a corner 3, he had a left side 3, he had a couple layups. He was just missing. So hats off to the Rudy Gobert down low, McDaniels defending him, and to me that's one of the keys as well. That was one of the switches we saw in Game 4. People that McDaniels started off on Kyrie Irving. So to me, it paid dividend. He had an off
Yeah.
night. Shout out to the coaching staff for that small adjustment.
Yeah, 100%. No play for me. I mean, too early. I do lean over again. I think that we're gonna get a shootout, especially in Minnesota. And I expect a better game from the bench from Minnesota, especially Kyrie Irving as well. I don't expect him to shoot that poorly from the 3-point line. So I would lean. I think it's over though. I would lean -4 with minus.
-4.
Yeah, I would lean the -4. I do. Yeah. What are you
Don't
gonna
get
say?
me wrong. Don't get me wrong, though. Like I said, I wouldn't be shocked if this series goes 6, but I just expect a nip and tuck game. We saw how close this game was with Kyrie Irving and Luka Doncic shooting so poorly. We saw how the game came down to the wire in game 3. We saw Luka Doncic needing to hit a walk-off game-winning three-pointer with 3 seconds left in game 2, and we saw how game 1 also came down to the wire. So I just feel like anything more than +4, even maybe 3.5, is just too many points in this series. Just because the
Yeah.
final score has been so close. Hats off, two very good defensive teams going at it, and then you got your superstar scorers in Kyrie and Luka closing in closing these games out. They just couldn't do it tonight. Hats off to Karl Anthony Towns for doing so, and Anthony Edwards.
Jason Kidd, best coach in the playoffs, right? Has to be,
It
man.
has to be, but we can't deny what Joe Mazzulla is doing. I understand.
Oh,
No, Dill. I understand. No Jimmy Butler, no Jared Allen, no Donovan Mitchell, but to only lose 2 games to reach the finals, that's impressive. Let's just give him that part. And not for nothing, Jason Kidd, yes, but I think Finch as well. Let's not forget. He was up. He took those 2 first games. First they swept the Suns.
yeah.
They
I
swept
said that.
they swept the Suns, all right? And then they stole the first 2 games in Denver. Blew out Denver by 40 in game 2.
Yeah.
And then, we saw them lose 3 straight, right? Or two in a row.
Something like that.
And they able to win a game 7 on the road. So I'm gonna give it to Fletch, but I'm not gonna deny Jason Kidd. I'm just saying Fletch just a little harder task. That's all.
Yeah, no, I get it. That's fair too. He's been doing a good job, and from behind the bench as well. We'll see. Let's get to the dive. We got a big slate here on a Wednesday, about 15 games. Got a doubleheader as well. I got a bunch of plays that I like, but I'll let you start it off. We got some day baseball as well, but what's the first game you like?
Yeah, let's start it off there. 2:35 start. Arizona Diamondbacks taking on the Texas Rangers. Rangers laying minus 126 on the money line. Over under laying at 9. They'll give me the Rangers with Dunning on the mound, minus 122 on the money line. As of right now, it's minus 126. But to be honest, I like Dunning a little more than Nelson going for the Diamondbacks. And to be honest, I just trust the Rangers a little more at home do I do the Arizona on the road right now. Arizona, like I said, I've been saying it, they've been a disappointment so far. So have the champion Rangers, but I do trust Dunning on the mound and the Rangers at home just a little more. So give me the Rangers on the money line, minus 122. Shop around. I see still minus 126 out there.
First game I'm going to go to the earlier game, 1:10 Eastern, Cincinnati hosting St. Louis Cardinals. Patali's going for the Cardinals. Frankie Montas going for the Reds, minus 116 for the Reds at home, minus 102 for the Cardinals. Over under is at 9.5. I'm going to take the Cincinnati Reds here at home. They burnt me today, but I do think they are playing better. Frankie Montas at home has been really good this season. So going to take the Reds here. A little regression coming from the Cardinals. We still want to fade them this season. So going to take the Reds here at home with the short price, minus 116. What's the next play for you?
3:45 start. Philadelphia Phillies taking on the San Francisco Giants. Philly laying the minus 130 on the money line. Over on the sitting at 8. Still, I'm gonna go with the Phillies. I understand, lost 2 straight, but I think they're due for a bounce back here. With Sanchez on the mound. I understand Harrison is going for the Giants, 4-1 on the year, but like I said, I just feel like Phillies due for a bounce back. Giants have been playing better baseball as of late. Gotta give them credit for that, winning 4 out of 5. But I just feel like Philly's a much better team, and I think they're due for a bounce back win. So give me Philly minus 125 on the money line. As of right now, I see minus 132, but shop around.
Yeah. By the way, I'm also on Texas. I got it at minus 122. I'm with you, E. I think we won. I took them on Tuesday as an underdog at home. They cashed as there.
You saw that throw?
Oh my God, what a fucking can!
That was honestly one of the best throws I've seen since Yoseri Cespedes.
Wow! Shout out Cespedes.
It's been a while since I've seen a throw like that, Dill. To be honest.
Well, yeah, I'm on Texas here. I like them as well. Another play, Philly minus 1. I got it minus 125. It's up to minus 134. He's getting up there in price, but Christopher Sanchez has been really good. And Kyle Harrison, not the biggest fan. I'm also going to take the Dodgers minus 130. It's up to minus 136. They just took 2 from the Mets on a doubleheader. The Mets were up 2-0 through 8 innings, and they wind up blowing the lead, bro. The bullpen is just terrible. Edwin Diaz might be one of the worst closers in baseball right now. David Peterson, this is a bad spot for him. So gonna fade him, take the Dodgers here with the short price. I know they haven't been playing well, but Mets might be one of the worst teams. So give me the Dodgers.
I'm on the same boat though. Give me the Dodgers minus 120, minus 130 on the money line. Dodgers haven't been playing well as late. They won two in a row. Give them credit on that. But at the end of the day, no disrespect to the Mets.
No, they're awful.
They're just bad. I don't know what it is. You got Peterson, making his first start of the season. I don't think that's a good sign against the Dodgers. Still, give me the Dodgers minus 130 on the money line.
Yeah, so short and simple. Let's go to the next game. I'm gonna take it's at Minnesota hosting the Kansas City Royals. They burnt me today, but Seth Lugo on the mound for the Cy Young Seth Lugo on the mound for the Royals against Bailey Ober. To be honest, I got plus 110. Still, as long as you're able to get plus money, I don't think they should be the underdog. I know Minnesota having a good season, good, especially defensively. They don't make a lot of errors at home. I get him being the favorite, but I'm going to take the better hitting team. I trust Seth Lugo more than Bailey Ober. I like the 7.5 under as well. I think we see a low scoring game, but I'm going to take the plus money. Give me the Royals here, plus 110.
Same deal. I'm going with Seth Lugo on the mound. Give me the Kansas City Royals plus 110 on the money line. Don't get me wrong. Minnesota been playing better. I like what I've been seeing. Winners 4 of the last 5. But Kansas City with Seth Lugo on the mound, one of the best surprises this season so far. And I think with Lugo, I think the fact that they're plus money, we got to take it every chance we get, especially with Seth Lugo on the mound. Give me Kansas City plus 110 on the money line. You got any more plays, Dylan?
Yeah, I got 2 more plays.
All right, but I was just going to say my leans, but go ahead.
Yeah, I'm going to take Chicago minus the 134 with Imanaga on the mound. I get it. It's a travel situation, and they've lost 5 in a row. Honestly, Cubs not playing good baseball. 2-8 in their last 10. They can't hit the ball to save their life. Now going on the road where the Brewers are, they're a good team. Regardless, they're still in first place. I'm going to take a shot with him. I like him. I like his strikeouts, over 6.5 strikeouts as well. He's just a strikeout machine, and against Milwaukee, who strikes out a lot, I think this is a good spot for that as well. So lean that. And then my last play real quick, is last game on the board, Mariners at hosting the Houston Astros. Justin Verlander for the Astros, Georgia Kirby. I'm going to take the minus 115 with the Mariners at home. I'm going to fade Justin Verlander on the road. At home, much better, but on the road, I'm looking to fade him. So, that's my last play.
Yeah, that's one of my leans there. I lean Seattle at home versus Houston. Then I just because of the price tag as well, I think I minus 102. You got to at least sprinkle Cleveland run line against the Colorado Rockies on the road. The only reason I'm not gonna lay it is because they on the road. But with that elevation, that lineup, who knows? The game could definitely get out of hand. So I'll lean the Guardians on the run line minus 102 at Colorado, and I also lean Seattle minus 115 on the money line against the Astros.
Let's fucking go, kid. How the Red Sox doing? All right so far?
We're 500 team. I think we're 1 or 2 games under 500, but
better than the Mets.
Better than the Mets. I'm not gonna say I'm pleased with what I'm seeing because it's looking like the same roller coaster ride we went on last season. But hey, it could be worse.
Yeah, definitely could be worse. But that's gonna do it, kid. Short, sweet. Anything else before we get up out of here? I hope everyone had a good Memorial Day.
Yeah, I hope everybody had a great Memorial Day, and just a little disappointed just because the Celtics swept, and we only get to possibly see one more game in conference finals in Game 5 of the Mavs and Timberwolves. So I just wish each series got a little more stretched out. Kind of glad that the Mavs didn't sweep tonight. I understand a couple of Dallas fans out there might be a little mad at that, but personally, I'm a basketball fan and I want to see as many games as possible. Because remember, people, the finals, no matter what, if the Mavs would have won tonight, the finals don't start sooner. They start June 6th.
June 6th, yeah,
Thursday. I could wait.
Yeah.
Wait. I'd rather see both series go 6, me personally.
100%. Thank you so much, E. Don't want to end on too much of a sad note. I just wanted to give his flowers and remember Bill Walton, the absolute legend of the sport, Hall of Famer in the NBA, College Hall of Famer as well. He won three national championships with UCLA. I mean, the guy was amazing. Number 1 overall pick, 2-time champion, 1 in 77 with the Trailblazers. Then he went 1 in 86 with the Celtics. He was a Finals MVP. He won the MVP in 78, 2-time All-Star. Whatever he did was amazing. And every story, I know a lot of people, when it's unfortunate, but when someone dies or, goes away, you always hear these good stories and happy stories about, their experience with them. And every story you hear, was just a positive one, living to the fullest and everything. So, I just hope everyone could live like Bill Walton, because no matter how late it was on TV, he was so happy to be calling basketball games. So, man, R.I.P. Bill Walton. He was a one of one. He was a salt of the earth kind of guy.
Yeah, rest in peace to Bill Walton. Keep it short and sweet. Fuck cancer. It just sucks he was able. It just ended like this. But like you said, great career, professional, collegiate, and even post. So shout out Bill Walton. You'll be missed.
Yeah, 100%. So that's going to do it, E. Thank you so much. We'll see you guys on Friday, but thank you to our sponsor, Viva Tequila, Elvis, and myself. Make sure you guys follow along our social media, Twitter and Instagram at The Dream Wager. If you missed an episode, no worries. You guys can find us anywhere you get your podcast, Apple Podcast, Spotify, Stitcher. Hit that like button, subscribe, rate, give us a review. Comment below who you'll be betting on here in Game 5. All that good stuff really helps the show grow tremendously. So be a friend. Tell a friend, and we'll see you guys on Friday. Peace.